Biggie. 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 Big Biggie.
Let's talk about it. So, New Comic Book Day book. Are they good as they have always been? That's the question for the day. You understand? So, I always think about this topic. I don't know about y'all. I'm not an expert. I don't buy every New Comic Book Day book. I know that. Okay. Just a simple question. I've been buying New Comic Book Day books, and mediocre. Fun enough. I still want to buy them. Does that mean it's the greatest shit there is? No. Can I be a satisfied customer and just buy something that isn't the best? Sure. New Comic Book Day books. You're reading a lot of indie comics have been smart and well written. DC Comics, that's what we've been told through time. TM, every year I pose this question. That is a very common remark or response I get is indie comics are still the more intellectual way of the smarter, the most creative. That's usually the response for indie comics. Now, as of late, people have been saying DC comics are probably better than Marvel. Okay, I don't get DC comics, but when I did buy a lot of Batman and all of the stuff that branched off of the Batman. But I'm not feeling the urgency to run out and get Batman this year as I have before. You knew something was coming before. You knew and you were excited. Now it's just like, okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Haven't people been saying that the reprints are selling more than the regular comics? Is there any chance that the shiny foil reprints are selling more than actual new stuff coming out? Now, the stuff I buy may seem like bottom of the barrel comics, I guess. I don't know. I get Spawn, ASM, Venom, Savage Dragon, reprints. What else do I get? Deadpool. So I feel like ASM's wrote okay. Venom's maybe my favorite. Deadpool, I'm a sucker for Deadpool. Are these the greatest stories ever? I get back to the point of, can I just be a satisfied customer and I have to say these are the best stories? Do I have to just say these are the best because they're doing okay? Because I'm not sure. Music is overpowering my mic. Okay. What up, Bleak? I would have sent you a link, but you said your phone's fucked up. Turn it down a little bit. Let's see here. How do I handle that? Oh, I see it. It is pretty high. So I was watching Comic Legion, and he said that the comic book event of the year has begun, and it's like King Kong versus Godzilla versus Justice League versus, I don't know, Batman. It's all of them together, right? And I jokingly say, well, it's been a pretty shitty year, so maybe he's right. You know, supporting old Legion. I don't know that he's wrong. Usually when you hear a big mishmash of something like that, you don't consider that the peak of the year. Am I crazy? Is it a spoof? Is it a joke? People say Hawk's good. Everybody loves DC. They're always pointing in a direction you can't go in. I know that. I can't get DC because my shop won't order enough copies. So everyone loves crap. Now, I remember enjoying, whenever I could get DC and Marvel, I remember enjoying getting books when the ASM 800 run came out. This is my favorite time of New Comic Book Day books, okay? I spent like $100 1 week, and I never do that shit. So I must have really, really enjoyed that time. So ASM 800 run was great because you were getting the Red Goblin. You was getting cool shit, you know. They had Batman Who Laughs. You had the Dark Knight. You had the regular Batman. You had the Venom, I think, was doing good. Batman Damned. Everything was on fire that year. All the new comic books. So I remember that shit. So when another year comes and I hold it up to that one, it's like, it wasn't quite that good. You know, wasn't quite that 2018 bump or whatever the hell year that was, you know. So basically if reprints are out selling new books, and I don't have anything to point at and say this is probably the best thing written this year, where are those guys at to know that stuff? What's the best shit wrote this year? Trev's pretty smart. He knows his shit. I can't see anything. TM knows his shit. Holy crap, Katie, what did she do? I picked up stuff from like 15 different publishers today. Oh my god. So yeah, I don't know. It's just my 2 cents. Okay. This year's been a so-so year, and I think that what Legion's probably saying is right. If he thinks this is the event of the year with Godzilla and King Kong, and I mean he definitely reads more DC than I do, so if that's the peak of the year, maybe it will be hot as fuck. I don't know. I can't get it. I'm not wanting it that bad. It's not gonna kill me if I don't get it. It sounds cool. It sounds fun. What's my favorite comic book this year? pretty pitiful. I mean, I guess I guess I'm just a sour customer. The books I got this year are trashed. Like I said, here he is, the man himself. I hate it's been a down year for you, brother. I think it's gonna be the event of the year on the fun scale. Yeah, and I'm not mad at that. I think that you could be right because I can't think of anything this year I think it's interesting as hell. So we got a guest on the panel. If I can get the fucking button to work. Here he is himself, Big Bleeker.
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
Not too much, you know.
How you
away like
doing?
a sucker.
I wouldn't say a sucker, man. Just a hard-working dude.
I give it my best shot, brother. I give it my best shot.
Yeah. So I asked the question today about best comic books of the year. Like I don't buy every new comic book day book. I hear people talk about new comic book day book series.
Best comic books this year?
Yeah.
I haven't really heard anything amazing about comics this year.
I think this has been a pretty. I mean,
I know.
am I wrong, or have you heard reprints are outselling regular comics? Am I crazy? Have you heard that, Bleeker?
Well,
I lost him. There he comes. I didn't have to hit anything.
I think a lot of people are getting out of new comic book day.
What is it? You kind of cut out there.
Oh yeah, my phone's really shitty. I'm using a really shitty phone right now.
Okay.
My phone's being repaired, so I'm on a loaner at the moment, so it's real fucking shite.
Yeah, just repeat what you just said, kind of. Be good.
I don't think a lot of people are like. There's not as much new comic book day stuff going on these days. 2020 everybody was real into it. I haven't heard too much about anything that's great, except for maybe like whatever 1,000 Genies or 10,000 Genies or whatever the fuck that was.
Okay.
But other than that, I haven't heard anything amazing about comic books lately. Like the stories are great or anything.
So, Legion, I was in his giveaway show today, and he said that King Kong, Godzilla, and basically Batman versus Superman, like a big mashup with them, is going to be the epic of the year. He put it in so many words, like it sounds like it's going to be a good series, fun scale, basically fun scale.
I can't see that being anything in the long run. It might be something people are interested in, but I don't see it being a long-term. Yeah, man, I'm so happy I bought this comic in 2023.
I would say if that's your like, I mean, if that some people are just. To be fair, I think it's kind of an inside joke because he's a big King Kong and Godzilla fucking guy, right?
Yeah, Godzilla's always been pretty awesome. I like Godzilla, but I don't think too many of his books are worth that much money, except this first couple. I had one signed by Herb Shrimp at one point in time. I think I sold it.
Oh, whoa. What the hell are you talking about? He said, don't you have to ignore 2020 and 2021, all artificial numbers and hype due to the BS?
I don't know about that. They had really good stories.
I don't think they ignored that at all. I don't know what hype there was.
Death Metal, Batman Who Laughs, Three Jokers. Although Three Jokers wasn't a great story, it was still it was all right.
Get in here, Legion. I'll drop the link for you, man. You ain't doing
nothing.
Nothing.
Legion, get in here, man. I got to get back to work.
I'll let him come in and tell me why I'm crazy as fuck.
Well, he'll tell you. He's pretty good like that.
He'll be fucking sure about it when he tells you too.
Yeah, he's pretty darn sure. Actually, he's pretty darn sure.
I appreciate you hopping on in between work, man. I heard Journey say that I gave you a hard time the other day on the church. And I told him I didn't think I did, but if other people were thinking I did, then maybe I probably did, So I apologize for going out of my way and probably coming at you the wrong way.
That apology goes a long way, brother. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure I even had to. I thought I'm always one of those guys who are just like, oh, we're men. We could fucking say what we want and fucking live with it. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, for the most part, we're pretty.
Yeah,
good.
We would have been fine.
We're fine. I just, obviously, if you piss me off, I'm gonna tell you. If I piss you off, I expect you to tell me.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, Mark, man.
I'm here to be pretty damn sure of what I'm saying.
Legion, I gotta go back to work, brother.
All right, Big Bleeker.
Tell Biggie why he's very, very wrong.
I don't think.
Man.
I wasn't disagreeing with him. I was disagreeing with I was just pointing out that 2020 and 2021, that's like a asterisk in the comic hobby. There's an asterisk beside those years for everything about the comic hobby.
You're saying
there's an asterisk. My comment was a response to how you asked how you and Bleeker were talking about. You don't hear people talking about what was a good book that everyone's talking about. He's like, well, in 2020 they were talking about. Well, that's because in 2020, everyone's sitting in their fucking house with no new media, no new nothing, so they were flooding the market. That's what I'm saying. There's an asterisk by those years. You can't go by what are people talking about hype type shit, because we're back to normal comic collecting now. People are back to work. They're back to their regular shit.
Average. Maybe the time off work.
Yeah, I was referring to that. There's an asterisk beside that. Just like the numbers, the market numbers for 2020 and 20. You're not going to go buy a book based off the comic market of those years, are you? Fuck no. There's an asterisk by him.
I'm still not sure I'm ready to asterisk it, because it's human nature. It's like human nature could have wanted to just get drugs and drunk and be crazy, but for some reason they wanted to do. There's a small chance that comic books were underappreciated for a long time. And
dude, in all sincerity, that happened with every market. It wasn't just comics, cars, houses,
right?
Sports, everything.
Economy.
Everybody who had any common sense and an ounce of can-do did something. You know what I mean? Did anything they can do. What do you need?
Anyways, while you're here, I'm glad you're here because I didn't read all the DC. What are your two of your favorite DC story lines this year?
Yeah, dude, since they kicked off that Dawn of DC stuff, it has been pretty solid. And that isn't just me. You see people post about it all the time. I see people that I don't have nothing to do with, that I'm just hanging out in chats where they're talking about the consistent good storytelling that's happening at DC right now, and they're just kind of on their game, man. They just kind of are. Everything wanes and flows with Marvel and DC. Sometimes Marvel's killing it, sometimes DC's killing it. DC's just more on their game right now.
I'm sorry, you said what was the series?
Superman, just plain old Superman's killing it right Superman. Now. Yeah, that's killing it. The new Green Lantern series. You got it, little one.
The new Green Lantern. Is the Ghost Rider for Marvel, is that, if I went to go buy Ghost Rider and got it on my pool, is it the same series that has the Wolverine stuff going on in it, or is that different?
That was the little that only hit in 2 issues of Ghost Rider, but that's the same run. Yeah, Benjamin Percy's Ghost Rider volume right now is just fantastic. So they did a little crisscross with Wolverine, it was in 2 issues of Ghost Rider and 2 issues of Wolverine kind of thing, So for 2 months, you just bounce in their titles. It was a cool little story. I kind of like it when the Ghost Rider stuff is just kind of staying to itself, though. That's when it's its best.
What's the other series that's connected to that, then? Is it so it's in another series, too? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was just a little Wolverine Ghost Rider crossover. So Wolverine standalone.
Standalone. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, just plain Wolverine.
Interesting, man. So I think that the issues from the Wolverine volume, though, right? The one you want.
The what?
Is it a number 1 or is it like a Wolverine 30 or something?
No, it was like whatever issue number Wolverine's on kind of thing.
Okay.
Like Wolverine's been had his own standalone for a while now, I guess. I don't pull Wolverine. I pulled those issues because I'm getting that Ghost Rider stuff. So when they cross over, I'll grab the crossovers just to keep it in my Ghost Rider run.
Yeah, I think those titles get a hard knock because of the year and the way the economy was. So maybe if everything was different and we had these issues now, maybe those would be more polarizing and magnified. I don't know. I'm not seeing the urgency to run out and get like a bunch of stuff. Like when Superman was doing his son of Kal-El was bi or whatever he is, bisexual. Mm-hmm. That was like, okay, maybe I should get back on Superman, you know?
I don't think I heard anybody until you just now say, hey, Superman's son might be bi, I should read it. Like people were reading it or they're going to hate on it kind of already. And I don't know, like that series was fine. That was like just kind of like a blip in the pond for that run. It wasn't like, I think the media for it was making it bigger than it was in the story, just trying to sell books, you know, because that kind of stuff got a lot of conversation and articles about it and stuff like that. I think there was like regular news that reported on they're turning Superman gay in comics, and I think they were just getting free publicity off of it. It was just such a little blip in the story.
Yeah, I guess. I actually went and, even though I wasn't getting DC, I still tried to get me a couple issues of that stuff. But after that, I just went like, you know, I hate that I missed the fact. I swear to God, like, out of all the shit that I hate missing the most, like the first Silver Age Penguin reprint, dude, I would probably pay a good decent amount in front of me. I don't want to use my credit card and buy anything, but
I could probably just grab one. I can just probably grab one from my LCS. You know, there's stuff like that.
I know you would do that for me. A lot of people would.
Legitimate stuff you want for your PC or something, just let me know. You know what I'm saying?
That's like, cool though, right? Like, I would love to just have a list and see what's coming, and then I could send the money ahead and maybe you could start a pile or something for me, but we'll figure it out.
If something comes out and you know, like, hey, just send me a DM. You know, I'm there every Tuesday morning. Send me a DM or something like, hey, throw one of these in your box for me, and I can just pile stuff up till you're ready for it or whatever.
It's, you know, I think that
miss out on comics.
I think that the good girl style art just ain't my kind of style. But if they would start doing like a Brooks style and they started like homaging old covers from the 50s and 60s, I'd be so hooked, bro. But they don't do that, so I don't really feel like I miss out on the new Power Girl cover or Wonder Woman. It shit don't do nothing for me.
Yeah, these kind of ones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people love them, so I always. So for like, I grab those for like when I'm doing the giveaway ones, you know, because there's so many variants. I always grab something flashy. I do cover buy kind of stuff for the giveaway.
Yeah, and that's the style of cover that's working right now. That's
here's my cover. You know, this is the cover I got for me. And here, you know,
okay.
Yeah, those are like I just get.
Yeah, I like that kind of style too, a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm just here to read them. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. Like I don't look at these books like you're talking about the Godzilla Kong Justice League event. He's like, I don't think it'll be worth money down the road. Well, that's not why I'm picking up a book called Justice League versus Godzilla and King Kong. Who the fuck is picking that book up thinking maybe this will be worth money down the road?
No, I knew it was like an inside kind of, not really a joke,
but
not
an inside thing, like how y'all are talking about a book that people will have fun reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
know me on my channel, I don't talk speculation, I don't talk investing, and I don't talk value. I'm just reading books. I'm talking about from a reading perspective. That's about to be the event of the year. You know, that it hits on so many different fandoms, and that's gonna be a fucking blast. We're getting the preview pages now. The art looks amazing. It's gonna be dope.
I mean, for you specifically, it really probably, like, I think you wholeheartedly believe that. I don't think that you're making a joke, but it's just because that you're specifically a fan of those three things a lot.
Yeah, but also I'm also taking into consideration people are like, you know, they have like event fatigue and quality this, quality that. Well, this isn't tied to anything else. It's a standalone thing. You know what I mean? So the same reason you hear people say, I like Independence because I know it's just a little mini series. I can get in at the beginning. I can read the whole thing. I don't have to play catch up or do this or that. It has that going for it. It's going to be dope.
It probably will be great. I probably would be more excited about that than even just getting Superman. I know that sounds like blasphemy, but you'll still get your Superman kick, and you get extra stuff.
Yeah, you get a whole lot of extra stuff.
And I would like to see how that works out. Like, who's going to win? You know what I mean?
What's going to be the catch? Like, how? You know, there's always some kind of catch that makes it where, like, you know, Superman doesn't just knock him out with one punch. You know, who's held back or who's amped up and why are they kind of thing. There's all that kind of shit in comic books. It ain't just this, but just in general with crossovers and special events are always really fun.
I wonder how they started to get to talk about baseball and shit. Griffey's goated. JL versus Godzilla and King Kong should be a blast. Yeah, I'm not.
It goes back to where we were talking about how during the lockdown era, every hobby got inflated.
Oh, baseball. Yeah, he was talking about baseball. Yeah. Generally, what I'm trying to get across is that whenever I went through a few years, like I remember that one year when it was like ASM 800, and I don't think that had anything to do with Corona. Like that was before the Corona, and that was my favorite year. So whenever I went through like a year of, oh man, people wrote shit pretty well that year, and there was some real good shit around. So another year comes by, I'm like, it wasn't as good as that year. And I really haven't had a nostalgia or an excitement like I have since then.
Yeah,
so,
I think last year, though, was legitimately a solid year, like where you had some standout stuff, you know? And a lot of them, like, you even saw them come around, like people were talking when that Riddler one-shot dropped and people read it, were legitimately shocked, you know, and like were posting about it and saying, yo, y'all got to check this out. This is insane. This is nuts. The people that read that Superman Space Age miniseries, like, yo, this is insane. Like, there's legitimately some last year for sure. I know Nemesis Reloaded, I believe that was last year and bled into this year. But that was another one that people were like, holy shit.
Okay. I feel like the last time I felt like the community was really abuzz, it was a long time ago, but it was fucking the something that's killing the children shit.
Yeah, but I think and my take is a little different on that too. I'm not a fan because I think
I'm not a big fan either, but there was a buzz. It was people were like, this is a great story. And people couldn't deny it.
But I don't believe they mean that shit. Like me personally, I don't believe they mean that shit for one fucking second. Because I've read it. I've read a lot of it. And it's decent at best. Like the first few issues are. I think what it is, and I know that like anyone can see this. Everybody wants to buy the next Walking Dead #1, but ain't nobody know what it's going to be. So everybody wants every indie #1 they pick up to be that book, and they thought it was going to be that for a while. They think it's going to be that because it's got an option, and it's a low print run, and nobody was on it, but I got a copy. So I think I honestly think it's a manufactured hype train around that book, and that's just me. I've seen that happen so many times in my life with stuff. And after The Walking Dead, it's only gotten worse with people just wanting that next indie #1 explosive book. And there's not going to be another Walking Dead #1. That's a one-of-a-kind event that just happened with that thing.
That was an anomaly, bro.
And it transcends comic books, transcends television. It became a cultural phenomenon for a decade. Nothing else has got that kind of power. And that's
crazy, but you're right, bro. There wasn't just like comic book channels, dude. Whenever I first started getting into like comic book shit, there was probably more Walking Dead comic book channels than fucking that I saw. Like I seen a lot of Walking Dead comic book channels because that's all we talked about.
Yeah, think how many Walking Dead stuff there was that had nothing to do with comics that were just.
Yeah.
The majority of it ain't got nothing to do with comics. The biggest Walking Dead fans in the world out there probably don't even have the comic or care to have the comic. They're satisfied with the TV show.
I always keep my Walking Dead shit just because I feel like it's definitely a pop culture fixture. Like in the future, it's gonna matter. And I feel like if Rick ever does come back and do anything, has he done it? He hasn't done shit yet, right?
Talking about Andrew Lincoln, the actor, like that.
Yeah, like he's going to do a movie. What they say.
Yeah,
but
they kept like pushing it back, and then it got lockdown time era, and who knows what state it's in. But Tyler mentioned another good one. Do a power bomb like every issue. People raving, absolutely raving. That's how big the game is right now too.
That's what Bleeker brought up with. I mean, not Powerbomb, but he brought up 1,000 genies, 8 billion genies.
Yeah, that had some spunk to it in the beginning, but again, like that's the indie craze. Like about once a month, there's a random indie book that just gets like people trying to build it for whatever reason, and that number one might get a little run on it that first week, and then it's just all right. Didn't take off like a rocket. What's the next one?
Yeah, well, I feel like this has been a really good video. I just want to squeeze out a few more things because I think we touched about every base. But so most of my buddies really just kind of quit getting new comic book day books and just kind of focused on keys and looking at collecting as like a hobby, probably more back issue heavy. And then
like investment collectors.
Investment collector, probably they want to have a nice polished PC with like how like deer hunters hang deers on the wall kind of deal.
Yeah, they're investment or clout collectors, whatever.
Yeah. So, but they did like new comic book day books at one point. You know, they just kind of got bored with them.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I've never stopped my pool, and I'm just satisfied enough, and I'm kind of in the corner of not wanting to get the most trendy stuff, wanting to get stuff that might not be appreciated as much, and hope it's going to do all right. Like Venom, whenever they brought Doom in that last issue, bro, that was probably the most fire with what's his name? Flexo, the Flex dude. Anyways, it was pretty good. Like anything with Doom and being the villains, pretty sweet. So not a lot of people like that. But anyway, just to get to the point is, like it's okay to just get books and not have to. It don't have to be the best there is. It's like it don't have to be the best. It could be a subpar year. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get a lot of books like that. There's some characters that I just want to keep up with. I want to know what's going on with them. Their books are going to get better, their books are going to get worse, and sometimes they're just going to be in the middle. Yeah, that's just that's comic books. So that's the nature of the medium, especially with monthly books that have been running for 60, 70 years. They're not going to be a 9 or a 10 out of 10 every month. That just ain't how it works.
Yeah, I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss a key moment in those runs. That's why I buy them.
Exactly.
I don't want to miss the Venom key. I don't want to miss the ASM key because I love those keys. Like those are the ones I love. So that's about it, man. That's all I really wanted to say. I appreciate you hopping on. I feel like this is a good video. What's your dog's name?
This is Abe.
Abe? Oh, that's a cute scarf, dude.
Yeah, my wife put it on him for Halloween.
You good little doggy. He looks like a good doggy. I bet he's pretty smart.
Yeah.
All right, Abe. We're going to get out of here, guys. What are you going to be on next so they can come watch the Legion?
I don't know.
Check him out on his channel. He probably dropped a short today, I'm sure.
Tomorrow is Guess That Key on Sector 2815's channel. I'll be over there co-hosting that.
Shout out to Sector 8. He usually does a pretty nice giveaway during the show.
He's posted on his IG what this week's giveaway is.
Yeah, a lot of times they're really good books. So you guys want to keep your eyes open. It's a fun show. A lot of the people in the community has been guests. For me,
if anyone watching wants to be a guest on the show, just reach out. We'll get you scheduled.
Oh yeah? Yeah, maybe I'll reach out to you. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. It's open invite. Just reach out.
Oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'll message Sector later or something. But so Collector Club, we're going to have Glenn, Callie, Bleeker. Bro, it's going to be a fun match because it's going to be DC metal only. You got a lot of that, don't you?
Only all of it.
Only all of it, right?
Yeah, I don't.
What do you mean only all of it?
For like death metal, I got like I think 2 covers for each issue, kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. See, I knew a guy, Big Lion Cat. He collected Deceased, and he literally got every variant. Like he's trying to get every variant.
Yeah, they're all matching sets. They do like the B covers would be like movie posters, and the C cover would be like homages, or they do cool little matching sets.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot. Anyways, guys, that's it, man. Catch us on the club. Catch him on Guess That Key, and we'll see y'all down the road, dude. New comic book days are still pretty